Assalamu alaikum and hello. I'm Azma Shah from Drupak and we are into day 9 of Drupal in DTCTP and today is going to be the third part of Drupal theming, and we'll be covering theming views in Drupal. It's a mega topic. It's a separate subsection, I should say, of theming in Drupal, and theming views is very important, one of them, and there are a lot of things to cover, so let's dive in. Okay, so we will continue theming, learning theming in Drupal, and there are still a few things left. And we will today start with the NASA site. So if I go to the NASA website, it has this featured news section. So previously, in the previous class, we had implemented theming paragraphs, but this one, if you are building a site for your client and he needs something like featured news, so here it actually we can do it with paragraphs, but doing it with paragraphs will not be the most feasible of the ways. We need this in as a view. So the first four pictures, or maybe the first two items, they can be one view, then this one is another view, and this one is the third view or attachment. Or we can take the first four as one view block and the second row as an attachment to that block. And why do we need to do this in views? Because you want to provide a system for your clients. So what they will do is they will just come to the site and add news, and the latest news will be appearing in the first section, in the first place, and the older one will shift to the right. And then if he comes again tomorrow and add another news, so this one will become moved to this one automatically, and so on. I will demo this, but actually this content, the news section, is reusable content. If he needs this view on other places, so he should be able to just insert the view block, and that's it. He should not be entering this content again and again, just like we do in paragraphs. So paragraphs is good for landing pages, and something like content types or entity types is good for reusable content. So the reusability is the main aspect of content like this. You have to ask yourself, should this content be reusable somewhere else on the site? If yes, then use content types and views. Otherwise, if it is just one of content, then you can use paragraphs for that. But we will now be creating this and inserting it into the already present this page we have. So maybe at the bottom of this, so I will edit, and just here somewhere we will need to insert the view. So let's start with, for a view to have, you need you need to have some content structure. So this is a featured news section, and then article, this is blog, this is article, this is article, and this is also article. So probably we need to have a section and a content type in our site. We can call it article for now, and maybe if we can call it news, and we can have a list type text or a taxonomy field, which can be either article or blog, or they can be separate content types also, article content type, blog content type, and together we will call it news. So it all depends upon you, but for now let us maybe they have comments enabled on blog and not on the article, so let us do it this way. We'll create two content types. We'll have comments on the blog one, but not on the article one, maybe. And together the whole section is known as featured news. Okay, so we go to the site structure, content types. So let us, we already have article, which comes default in Drupal, but we will create a new one which is blog. Or let us make it simple. We will use this article content type, because the main focus is theming, not the structure here, but still we should have proper structure. So in the article content type we have body, comments, image and tags. So we will just use tags in the tags as blog or article for now. Okay, so if I add some content, add content, article, so we have title, image, body and tags. So if it is a blog, I will just choose blog so that I can differentiate it. If it is an article, I can just choose article. So here if we come to the features section, so you can see this will be a tag. Actually this is also a tag, blog. So whichever it is, though the content type name is, and even further what we can do is we can rename the article content type. So if I come to content types, article, and I rename it, it will be news. That's it. So now the name of the content type is news, and if I just come to add content and news, so client will know what he is entering. And by the way, this should be a media field.
Yes, sir.
It is advisable to use a media field. So what we can do is we can remove this field and add the media field. So how can we do it? Manage fields
Manage from this field.
and reuse existing. Do we have any? Okay, we don't have any. So create new field, we will call it media, and we will call it images or image, whatever. I think image already is there, or maybe media image. Should be image and save. Now we have two fields for image, one is media image and this one is redundant. Now we should remove it and delete. Okay, so we are good to go. Let us also check other sections of this. So it is there is one text field, 3 min read.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we should have this also. And what should we name it? Plain text, and should be reading time. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let us now add some content so that we can create a view of that content. So I'll add content, news, and we will take some content from maybe this let us start with this one, NASA's. And by the way, this is just for educational purpose. We are not going to copy any NASA website, just so that you know how can we build something like this. So this is 4 min read and the title is this, and maybe some description also for now. And tags, what it is article and 4 min read. So we can make it article and is 4 min read, and we can upload some image. So maybe if we save this image, save images, and save. Okay, even this is unstyled. We will have to, what should we do if we have to style this page?
Create a file and
what is this page called?
Node page.
Yes, this is node page or entity page or node view page. Okay, so which view mode takes effect of this?
Node.
Full content view mode. Full content view mode, we will do it later, but first we need to design now this one. So quickly we need to did we save? Okay, now another one, add content, news, this is the title. Where we have it? Okay, and this is description. This is maybe article also, and we need to have an image. And this is 5 main read. Save. Clear? Okay, so we can enter all the content like this, but for now let us start creating the view. So structure, views, add view, and we call it featured news or whatever, featured news. Should it be a block or a page?
Blocks.
Block, because we are going to show it on other so featured news, and then the content should be of type news, right? So if we just want articles, so we can choose article, otherwise we can choose blog or whatever, but for now we will choose nothing. So the type is news because we changed the article content type to news. And how should this be displayed? Unformatted list, HTML list, grid, we will leave it as unformatted list, and this is the default by. So if you remember, we decided that this first section should be a block of 4 articles, and then the second one also should be a block of 4 articles, right? News. This one should be one block and this one should be another one, but this second one should be an attachment.
Yes.
And it should be after the main one. But right now we have these two, so we'll call it where the view is. Okay, so we should have 4, not 5. Okay, and save and edit. So these are the, we have a dummy one also, we should not have that. Let me delete it quickly so it does not disturb our. Okay, so if I update the preview, we will have just 2 articles right now. What else we need? We need a image also, media image, yes, and it should be thumbnail, or even thumbnail URL is fine, but for now let it be thumbnail. So we have these 2 images. What is the third thing we need? So this is the background image, this is the tag excuse me, this is the 3 main read, and this is the title. So we need title also and the main read. Title already is there, then it should be time, reading time, or what? Reading time. So we need this also. So now we'll have the reading time, and then the tag. So if it is a blog or if it is a article, so it will be shown with it, right? And it is clickable, we don't want it to be clickable, so what we can do is we can just click on it and unlink this, apply and save. Okay, so this is these are 2 articles now. Okay, so we will create, probably we need to create more such articles, and then first you will have to you will have the structure in place so that you have content to style. So we have two articles now. Now this is, I will rename it to main block and save. Now I want this second portion. After 4 articles are added, we will have these 4. Okay, so the latest one will show up here, but the older ones will show in this row. So this should be the attachment with this block. So the second row will add another one, duplicate main block as attachment. Duplicate as attachment. So in the attachment, and it should be attached to the main block. And attachment position should be before or after? After. You can have both also. And you can inherit the contextual filter also, that's it. And save. We'll make it attachment, or you can call it second row, whatever. So let us call it second row. Apply and save. Excuse me. So how many items should be in the second row?
2.
These are 4.
Right now, 2.
Yeah, right now we have not entered any account, but in the second row also should be 4
Yes, sir.
articles, and the first one should also have 4 articles, right? So this is the second row, which is the attachment actually. So here we should have specified number of items. So we will make it how much? 4. Okay, do you remember the offset from SQL queries? Skipping of records, right?
Yes.
So what should be the skipping number here, so that the latest 4 show up in the first row, and the second row should have items from the, these are a total of 8 records, right?
The latest 4 should be shown
On the top,
Yes.
and the others should be shown as
on the, yes. So for that we need a setting here. So how many items to skip?
4.
First 4. For example, set this to 3, and the first 3 items will not be displayed.
Yes, sir.
So if we skip 4,
Yes, sir.
so first 4 will not be, the 5th one will be shown in the second.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and save. And what should we do for the main block? What should be here? Display specified number of items 4. Should we skip something here or not? We should not skip anything. The latest 4 should show up in the first row,
In the first row, yes, sir.
and the second row should have 4 items skipped,
Yes, sir.
right? So we have the structure ready. Now what we need is, we need to theme it. And if you remember, we had do we have the Devil module installed? Devil. Okay. So Devil generate, sorry, Devil module. What was this used for?
Dummy content.
Dummy content. A lot of things, but dummy content is one of them.
And display.
Yes. So it is going to be ddev and compose install devil. I'm extremely sorry, I'm doing it in some other place. Okay, so ddev composer required ddiv dash en dvil and dvil dash generate. I think let us do it from, let us first do ddiv dash en dvil and then ddiv dash en. Okay, both have been installed. Now if I go to configuration, let me just quickly create generate content. Which one? News. So we already have created 2, so we need 6 extra for a design TV. So maybe just 6 articles for now. And generate. Right, so if we go to content now, we will have some extra. These are those images. And if I go to the view we have been creating, this one. So if I refresh it, so we have 4 news here, right? Rather 8 news here.
Yes, sir.
Why are they being shown as? And this is the second row because it is attachment, so total 4 are here. One thing, the images on the second row are very small. So what we can do is, in the second row, if I just click on media image and here in the image style, I'll just choose thumbnail.
Yes.
And you can create your own image styles also and save. So you can see now the images are smaller and you will know they belong to the second row. Even the main block, it should have some proportion for the images. So we can have, maybe the size should be large is fine for now. And if I choose all displays, it will be
Change
for
to
every
second
display. That's why now we will have these smaller images and then this one.
Yes.
So do you think we are good to go with the content? These are 4 images. So this is first row and then this is the second row.
Yes, sir.
Right? Now on the page in the site here, what was the page? Checking CTAs, I guess. This is the page we have been building with paragraphs. So in the section after this, we need to display this view and it should be shown like this.
Yes, sir.
So for now, what we can do is, we need to display this image, sorry, this view in its current form on the CTA page, this one. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So what we can do, we can edit it. And by the way, all of these are open, the paragraph. So what we can do is, we can yes, so we can collapse them. But here we, in a second, we will add a section here. At the last, we will add a section here,
Yes,
right?
sir.
And here we need to show the view we have so far
Yes,
created.
sir.
And but right now we have only these types of paragraph items.
Yes, sir.
So what we can do is, there is a module which is known as views field Drupal. Views field view, I think. And then it is views field, reference field also. I think this one is the one. And let us install this views reference field, right? So that's a new module, ddiv dash en, sorry, ddiv composer require, and then we will do it. new dash en views reference -y. Okay, it has been installed. So I will ask you again. I need it here. I need something like this here, maybe some view or whatever. So what steps I need to have? First I will create what? A paragraph type,
Yes, sir.
not the field. So we will go to structure and paragraph types, add paragraph type, call it view. Okay, what else do we need? Because now we have installed a views reference field.
Reference field, yes.
So we'll create a view reference field. It will be somewhere here, maybe this one. Here it is, views reference. So we call it select view or whatever. And which view to reference? Any, if you leave it, everything will be. So for now we have one view, and that is, we will leave it like this for now. Okay, so this is the field. Now in the, if I refresh this page, and here we need to have a,
Yes, sir.
so how to add this views?
So
So we'll go to structure,
type,
content types, and landing page, manage fields, and this is subcontent, edit, and here we need to have view, this one, and save. Now if we go to that content again, in the bottom of the, here we will now add a view.
Yes.
But before view, sorry, I think we did it in the incorrect place. We should have first a section. We should add a section first, and inside the section, here we should be able to add content, and the content should have this. So now where should we add the
Yes, sir.
view? It should be added to the
Section.
inner content. So we will go to structure, paragraph types,
Yes.
content, manage fields, inner content, edit, and here we should add the view.
Yes.
So now in the content paragraph type we can add, sorry for going back and forth with this, but you should know what we are doing. So now if I add a section, we will remove this view. If I add a section, and in the section we can add content now,
Yes, sir.
and in the content it can be anything, and it can be a view also. So a view should be select view. So we have the feature news view, and which display?
Yes, sir.
Main.
Main.
You can see we cannot select attachment standalone. We should select the main
Yes.
block, right?
Block, yes.
And the column should be none, it means 100%, and save. Now if you go to checking CTS, so you can see the view is,
Yes, sir.
the view is here, but it is not styled the way we want it to be. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So that's why we need theming views. This whole start of the lecture is about theming views. So now we need to theme this view like we themed paragraph items, right? Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
So I already have, and thanks to the front end guys we have in the course, we already have created Tailwind CSS base markup for this, and it will look something like this. So if I open it, this is the file. If I open it in, so this is, you can see it is already styled. We need to just copy the markup from this HTML file so that we can quickly theme it. Before theming views, one thing you should remember, and this is for any sort of modules. So if you go to core modules, so we come to the views section. This is views, and in the views section we have templates. So all of these are the core views module templates. So for now I will copy all of them, so that if if a module has a template directory or template files, output is generated via those files. But if you copy them to your enabled theme, your custom theme, then your theme template files will take precedence. You should not be directly changing output in the modules template files. So we'll copy all of these for now. Copy, and we'll come to our custom theme, which is themes. Sorry, this is core. We should come to the custom theme. We have themes custom, and the name of it is ddcdp25. And in the templates folder we should have, just like we had the paragraphs, so we have the views folder also.
Yes, sir.
And I will paste everything here. I think it has not overridden things. If I control Z, let me quickly delete all of these. So in themes custom, ddcdp templates views is now empty.
Yes,
So I'll paste all of that again. Okay, so now the views module will not be outputting these files if you make any of the changes here. For example, here this is the views-view.html.pig, and I'll just type something like this: h2 output of view is now coming from our custom theme, just to test if these files are taking effect. Tdiff -cr to just clear the cache. So if I refresh the page now, where was it? This one. It is not showing up. Themes custom,
coming from our custom.
output coming from our custom theme. Okay,
Yes, sir.
it is working fine. So it is working now because we have copied the twig files from the views module to this custom theme. Okay. So you can see there are different files. So just like this one is views-view, this is for the whole view.
Yes.
Views-view-unformatted, what is this for? Any guesses?
Just
So if your view is, if I go to the view, this is view, right? So the format is unformatted list. So if the format is this, it will take effect.
Yes, sir.
But if I change it to table, for example,
Yes, sir.
this is table. So in that case, this table will take effect,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
right? Similarly, there are somebody will learn these things also, but the most important ones are this unformatted list, this view, and the grid. Maybe if you are using the grid format, and these two, the field and fields. So field is for individual field, and fields is for multiple fields. Multiple field means you can loop through them, and then the exposed forms, and those are separate things. But the most important one for our purposes right now is this views-html, the unformatted one, because we are using the unformatted list, and this views field and fields, these two.
Yes.
But if we now start changing the markup here, so it will change it for
For
all the views.
all the views. Yes.
Similarly, if I change this, so it will change it for all of the future views in your.
Yes, sir.
You need to be very specific to what you are changing. So let me come to the view, and if I just if I can zoom the URL, okay, so you can see admin structure, views, view, and featured news. What is this thing? This is name of the view. This is machine name of the view. And what is this thing?
Block.
Yeah, this is this is known as display name, machine name, and this is the view name. So a view, you know now that a view can have a lot of these are displays.
Multiple displays. Yes,
So the name of the view is featured underscore news, but the displays names are these. So this is block 1, and this will be attachment underscore 1.
yes, sir.
Okay, so these two things are very important. So I will copy the views dash view.html.pic. I will copy this and paste it again in the view, and I will name it, rename views dash view dash name of the view. So it is featured
Feature
underscore news, but underscore becomes dash.
Yes.
So news dot html dot pic. Now the output from this will not be taking effect. I will just cut it now. Just try, let us try if it is working. So views dash view dash feature dash news dot. So here I'm from custom themes, featured new news template, and clear cache. So if I go to, I think we should not be losing track of this file. So now you can see output of view is coming from,
The feature news.
and if you create even future views, this will not be affecting the other views DPLs. So any changes you make only will be specific to this view. So this is for overall view. And if we see, so you can see in this file news views dash view dash feature news dot html dot pic. So we have title prefix, title suffix, then the header. If header, what is this header? Anybody?
Yes, sir. Just like a header and footer, we can attach it with the views also.
Exactly. So here in the view, this is the header section. You can add anything here,
Header and
right?
footer, yes, sir.
So if I add anything here and save it, and if I remove this code, so it won't be showing up,
Yes, sir.
because I would have removed the variables. So this part is basically whatever you add to the header section, it controls this. What is this? Expose filter.
Yes, sir. Contextual filter.
Expose filter.
Only, sir.
Yes,
Simple
filter, and it is exposed.
Yes, sir.
So in one variable you have that expose filter here. Then attachment before.
Before.
What is this?
Before attachment before and also
Yeah. So for example, just a rough sketch I want you to. So for example, you have attachment before and the actual content. So actual content of the rows is this.
Yes, sir.
This rows. If rows, if it is empty, so empty. And what this empty is? This empty is this section, no result behavior.
Yes, sir.
So if you have added anything here, it will be like this. Now my question to you is, if you want an attachment after to be on the right side of something and the actual rows on the left, what will you do? What you will do is, these are the actual rows, right?
Yes.
So if rows or empty, so this is the main section and then the attachment after. So what you will do, and this is the pagination. Pager is the pagination.
Yes, sir.
So you can create some relevant classes or two columns.
Yes, sir.
Div class is equal to
Grid.
grid
Yes, sir.
grid dash
Course dash 2.
cos dash 2,
Yes.
something like this. And then in the first column, what should we have? We will have this, right?
Yes, sir.
I will cut it. Div class is equal to left, and I will paste this here. Fine.
Yes, sir.
And the second column should be
Right.
div class equals right, and what should I have it have here? Attachment after this one. So I'll cut it and paste it here. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
And if I clear cache, this is that view, right? If I refresh the page, though it is not working fine, just was for a demo purpose, but both
Yes, sir.
of them are showing up in two columns now.
Yes, sir.
The left one is the main. By the way, why is it showing like this? Let us debug it.
It's taking one column.
So this is left, this is right. Grid dash calls. Excuse me. Left, right. Should we have some width to it?
Yes, sir.
Why is it
Check
not?
the main wrapper, sir.
This is the main wrapper. Should we have?
Overall main wrapper, sir. Check the overall main wrapper, sir. Above it.
Something wrong is here, right? Okay, this is taking one
Yes, sir.
paragraph
One-
class.
Yes, sir.
So how to undo it? The section should be 4 columns, right? I think this is because of the paragraph classes. We have not defined any. This is full width, and then
Yes, sir. We have to specify it with code span 5.
yeah. So how can we do it? The paragraph should be edited, right?
Yes.
This is
Yes, sir. Code span 5.
4 columns is, I mean, it will just improve it somehow.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can see as we change it to 2 columns, so the attachment is now on the right
Yes, sir.
and the actual view is on the
Mm.
right. Sorry, on the left, and the attachment is on the right.
Yes.
But we will remove it. It was just a demo for you, because we don't need this. We need to have something else done. Is this clear?
Yes.
I will remove this div also, and this, maybe this also, or we could have done some Control Z, but for now it is okay. If we refresh it, it is now again in the same.
Yes.
Okay, now let us come to the design section. Sorry, this. So the image of the first one is a background image with the title over it and the 3 min read and then the articles also. The second one is this. So we already have the markup, so let us start changing that. Okay, so the second one, this view was for the whole view, and for that we have created views dash view dash dash feature dash news dot html dot twig.
Yes.
And the actual content is here in the rows
Yes,
section,
sir.
this rows section. We have to drill down into this rows section, so for that we need to enter into the unformatted list. So here for row in rows you can loop through
Yes, sir.
these, right, and then the row content. So here I will copy this and paste it here. Why are we doing it? So that it is only specific to this,
Only this.
and we will change it to views dash dash views dash view dash dash the name of the view,
Feature
views
views.
dash views dash dash
Feature dash news.
feature dash news dash dash unformatted dot html dot twig. And by the way, how do you know these? If even you are confused at times, so it should be views dash dash feature dash news dash unformatted. I'm personally not sure if the unformatted should be before the featured news, so let us check it, and check it with some drupal.org documentation. And here it is, drupal.org theming Drupal, twig in Drupal, twig template naming conventions. And if you come to the view, that's the pattern, very simple, views dash view id. So the view id for us is featured news,
Featured news.
and then the view display id.
Yes, sir.
But this is for views fields.html.twig. This is for views.view.html.twig. We already have done this. The default style for all views is views dash view unformatted html.twig. So we'll come to the unformatted one. So this is that, views dash view dash unformatted dash foobar dash page dot html.twig. So this is the least specific, but for unformatted. So if we have unformatted displays, maybe 5 displays of unformatted in a view, and we make it like this, unformatted dash dash featured dash news, so all of them will be affected. But if we mention even the view name as well as the display name, then it will be very, very specific.
Yes, sir.
Do you get this one, difference between this and this?
Yes, sir.
How? Let me zoom it in. So this one is for all the unformatted displays in this view.
We can have multiple displays inside the views there.
Exactly. And this one means we can have
For the
for
specified.
just this one
Yes.
display. So if I do it for just this one, so what it should be? It should be views dash dash view dash dash feature dash news dash dash what? Dash dash
Main blocks.
or what it is, dash dash page. Okay, so it should be where the view is, this one. So this is second one, this is main block, right?
Yes, sir, main
So it's
block.
block underscore one.
Yes.
So it will become rename, it will become block dash one. What? Feature dash news, this is the view name and this is the display name,
Yes.
and that's it. So now it will only be unique to this block. And if I output this something here is to
So I think you left the unformatted.
views dash view dash dash featured news dash dash, I think there is no mention here in the documentation where it was. So it is okay, views dash view dash unformatted. Thank you. So the name should be views dash view dash dash unformatted dash feature dash news dash block. Got it?
Yes.
So it will only be, if I'm for block one display only and unformatted also. Okay, let us do it this way. If I create a wrapper around all of this and give it an outline, so what should be the markup? Div if class this is equal to, do we have any marker, div class is equal to maybe border around it with some padding, so what should it be?
Border dash 2.
Border dash 2,
Yes. And border dash gray dash.
border dash red, red is
Red dash 500.
500,
Yes.
and maybe some padding,
P dash 5 or 6.
and we will move this to, this is because we are learning a lot of things, so we should have this markup for now. So this is the unformatted one, right?
Yes.
So if I ddiff .cr now and refresh the page, so you can see this is the jurisdiction of the unformatted, and it is working for even I am coming from, this is working.
Yes.
And let us give similar markup with a different color to the views wrapper also. We created this one, feature news. So if I create a div around everything, why are we doing this? So that you can understand which part of the view is coming from which file, and let us make it green. So the whole of view is this,
Yes, sir.
the green one, and now this portion is for the formatted one.
Yes.
Okay, one thing, why is it affecting, the green is affecting this second part also? Why? The
Because this is
attachment.
also the part of
Good.
view.
So if attach, because attachment is also part of the view.
So we have to specify the attachment.
Yes. Okay. So now you know what the view dash view will do, and view dash view, views dash view dash unformatted will do.
Yes.
Right. The next thing is, okay, now as I said, if I go to the this, so we have covered the views dash view and created a file for views dash view dash feature dash news, so it is affecting the whole
Yes, sir.
view. And then this is the unformatted one, and we copied and pasted it, and we created this views dash view dash unformatted, and then the name of the display.
Yes.
Right, I will copy the same and paste it. And what's the machine name of the display for this one? It's attachment underscore one, if you remember. So we will change it to attachment underscore, sorry, dash one
Yes, sir.
dot html dot twig. Okay, this is the
Yes.
excuse me, and here we will change the border color to maybe something like blue. And if I refresh it now, okay, let us ddiff cr. So you can see now this is a blue one,
Yes, sir.
because this is the attachment.
Yes.
So if we have to make any changes in this, so we will be basically make change in these things here for row in this and
Yes.
whatever, right?
Yes, sir.
Now we enter the next part. As I said, the most important ones are these, the view, unformatted one, and now we will enter the fields and the field one. Notice the names, fields and field. Okay, so here let me just explain it. So all of them are fields, and then the individual one is field. Okay, so let us do it one by one. First we will rename the fields one. I will copy. Why are we renaming it? So that not all the views are affected.
Yes, sir.
And what should be the name of it? So you should go to the documentation on drupal.org here. So this is view dash field, and it is views dash view dash fields dash dash the name of the view and the this. Okay, so we will rename it to this one. So it means if I make it something like views dash dash fields dash dash featured
Dash news.
featured dash news. If I leave it here, so it will affect all the fields of this view, but I
Displays.
want, yes, all the displays also. But if I go one more level and make it block dash one dot html, so it will now affect the
Only this display.
main one only. Got it? Now you can see it has these settings for field in fields, field separator, blah blah blah. And let us quickly create another wrapper. Let me copy this one, and we will make it this and this, and let us change the color to, and let us make the border 5 is 4. Okay, when you have created a new file, you should clear cache. Where are you expecting the violet border?
Fields, yes. Individual fields.
2, 3, 4, 5. So maybe we should give a margin bottom dash mb dash 5, or maybe 2 is fine. Okay, now please tell me how is it working. Please tell me.
These are
This is one row.
yes, sir.
In each row there are 4 fields.
Yes, sir.
So this is one field, one title,
Title.
image, the timing, and then tags.
Yes,
So
sir.
these are 4 fields in a row. So the file which is fields views dash view dash fields. So this file takes care of one row for you. All the all the fields in one row.
In one row, yes, sir.
All the fields
In one row.
in one row. But you should remember this, okay? So we can make a comment here. All the fields in one row are controlled by this file. Okay, and the comment should be this. Okay, if I write something here, maybe here, just outside of it. And it is h2 also. I am being output this number of times. Now this is a question for you. In the first display, in the block display actually, how many times will this appear? This text, how many times will this?
4.
With each 4.
Four.
with the
With all the rows.
with all the rows.
Yes, sir.
With all the rows. So it will be 4 times.
Four times. Yes, sir.
So if I refresh now, so this is I am being output this number. This 1, 2,
Yes, sir.
3, and 4.
Yes.
Okay. Now you are now the question is, this is for the whole row,
Yes, sir.
and all of the fields are combined into a div where this is being output. Now, what do you think should be this file doing? This views dash view dash field,
Individual fields, sir.
individual fields. So individual field in a row.
Yes, sir. In a row, yes, sir.
So how many times will this be output in a row? Just single row.
Four times.
4 times,
Yes,
because
sir.
there are 4 fields
Four
in a
fields,
row.
yes, sir.
And if there are 4 rows, then
Yes, sir. 16.
16 times. So now the turn is to copy this, and we'll paste it here, and the name should be something similar,
Yes, sir.
but
Without S.
without S. Very good. Why is Drupal doing so much stuff for us? My question to you is why? So that we can customize it.
Yes, sir.
You can have thousands of views in your Drupal site, and this way, just with the naming convention, you can customize the output. Otherwise, all the output would be the same.
Same, yes, sir.
Okay, so this is rename, and
Without S.
this will become field.
Yes, sir.
Clear? Now, this is just the output, and let me give it also some color, maybe all of this. Okay, and let us give it a class equals text dash red dash 500, and let us close this one, border dash 6, and the color should be
Yellow.
yellow. And this is a new file, so now let me know. This is, I'm not refreshing the page before your answer. Okay, so this is one fields dot this, and it has 4 fields.
Yes, sir.
Now if I refresh it, what changes do you are expecting to be
Every-
there in the first one?
Every field will have a border.
Well
And,
done. In each of these rows, every field will have a yellow border.
And along with the text, yes, sir.
Exactly. So you can see each field has a border now,
Yes,
and
sir.
all of them are. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so each time a field is printed, it is printed via field dot something
Yes, sir.
in views, and the whole row is printed by views dash view dash fields. So these two files are very important. Now, do you know the hierarchy? It starts with the views dash view,
Yes.
then the unformatted list, then the fields, and then the field.
Field, yes.
So these 4 things are very important. And if I change the view style here to table from unformatted, do you think the views, these output will still be there?
No, sir.
Because it is skipping the unformatted,
Yes, sir.
and it will be then inside the table. So these files, let me select them, this one unformatted, and then the fields and field. These you will have to, mostly in your views theming career, you will copy and paste these with the proper naming conventions.
Yes, sir.
Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now thank you, Asim, for the design you have. So if I open it in VS Code, where is VS Code? So now it is up to you. How can we? This is the top part. This is bottom articles. So this is the attachment actually. We are not going to into attachment first. So this is the markup actually, which starts with. So now clearly, carefully we have to.
About the left big article, sir.
This is the whole wrapper, right?
Yes, sir. So about the left big article, this is the top part.
Okay, this one is the top one. This is the whole wrapper,
Yes, sir. This one.
including the attachment.
Yes.
This one. So let me just first copy the everything inside the div. This one. Okay, so where should it go?
Unformatted list.
It should go into the view.
View unformatted list.
Or let us do it one at a time. Okay, so this is let us quickly have some break and we will be shortly back. Welcome back after the break. So we have the HTML file. I will open it again. So this is the other. Let me remove all the extra code so that we have just the part we need. And thanks to Tailwind CSS, we don't need any extra CSS file at all. So that's the beauty of Tailwind. So this is the wrapper div, and then this is the part. If you go to nasa.org, so this is the featured news and the recently published articles. So this is the topmost row, and this is that part of the code. We will deal it with it later on. And then this is the grid. The grid starts, this is the first row, and if we come down to this point, so this is the main view part actually, this one, and it has this these individual articles, and the second one is wrapped in a wrapper, this one, the third, so this is one of them, and then the other one, this. So now we need to theme. So this is that wrapper, so both of them are wrapped. These last two ones are wrapped in a separate class, in a separate wrapper. So what we now need to do is, if you remember from the first part of the lecture, so if I open we sent on, okay, so this is views dash view dash unformatted, and this is views dash view dash field dash, and which one is the one we copied, this one. So it is views dash view dash, I think this one. So here the wrapper div, this is the wrapper div. We can leave it like this, but for now let us just change it to what, the wrapper of that. So where it is, so this is that wrapper class we need. You can even give these classes here and then they are being added here, but for now let us, for your understanding, we will remove this and we'll make it this, and the end one will be a closing div like this. Is this clear?
Yes.
Okay, one thing, if you remember, I won't refresh the page here. The green one is view dash view dot html.twig, right? But in the attachment, this green one is repeating. Why? Because this view dot views is repeated for all the displays.
Yes, sir.
So we want to be only specific about the one display. So if we go to the views and featured news, so since the whole view name is featured news, so it is repeating both for the attachment as well as the main block.
Yes, sir.
So if we want it only to be for the main block also, just for the main block, so what we will do is
We should rename the file.
we will rename this file feature dash news, but maybe dash dash
Blog dash one.
block dash one. So rename, it will make it extra specific to the main block. So dash dash
Yes.
block dash one, because the main block machine name is this. Save. Now if we clear cache, hopefully what will be the effect if I just refresh this page? If I refresh this page, what will be the effect?
It will wrap only
The second green will go away.
Yes, sir.
Let me zoom it in for you. So this second green is expected to move away, and now you can see it has moved away. It means everything is now wrapped inside this green div,
Yes, sir.
which is going to be this wrapper we have now. Okay, so that's it. Let us remove this green now because it has served its purpose. Do you agree?
Yes.
I think we should remove this and the last div also. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. The next is, this is title suffix, this is header. By the way, as I said in the we will deal with this later on. So do you think we can I said we will deal with this recently published header later on. So do you think we can move it to the header section?
Yes, sir.
We can, right?
Yes,
So we will do it with that later on, but we'll start with this now. Okay?
Yes.
So inside the view main TPL, this is the jurisdiction of now, which unformatted list.
Yes, sir.
So if I open unformatted list in our design, this one, and it is unformatted list of block 1, this one.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let us examine what's the code inside it. And if you remember, we also added this border red. So if I refresh the page there, so this red border is part of the unformatted list, this
Yes,
one.
sir.
So this is where we need. So right now the views dash view dash unformatted dash feature dash news dash block dot html dot twig, and this is the most important file. And if you see, we will be for row in rows. So this is where the loop does its working and outputs the rows. And if we go to the sample HTML file again, so this is the wrapper, and we need this to be placed inside the this file, at the top of this file. So we will copy it, and then these are individual cards, or you can say the articles, right? So this one is the first one, this one is the second one, and this one is the third one. But the third one is actually wrapped in, third and fourth ones are wrapped in a separate wrapper.
Yes, sir.
As because if we go to the NASA site again, so you can see the third and fourth are wrapped in a separate column.
Yes.
So that's how we need it. We will copy the topmost, this one, this is the container, and this is going to be part of the unformatted view file we are in, this one. So the top of the page, rather than the dummy border one, now we will override it with this one, and I think this is now not needed, so we don't need it at all, and save it. So for row, and then in fact we don't need even these classes because these are the row classes. And where are the settings for these? If I go to the view, this is the view, and this is the unformatted list. If you go to settings, so you can see the row classes. So if you add anything here, it means they will be there, and I have just removed that code. We don't need it. We want to be very precise with the theming of our views. Okay, even I think we don't need these classes, so I will remove this also.
I think so we don't need the div as well.
Yes, so for now we will remove this also, and we will be a bit we will use some logic, and let us for now remove this title also. I think we should not have it at the moment here. Okay, so for row, in rows we are outputting, and this row.content means one row item. So if I come to the HTML file again, the sample HTML file, so we already have added this one. Now the first one, the first card or the first article is wrapped inside this. Okay, so what we will do is, we for the first loop we need the item to be wrapped in this one. So if I just copy this, and we will come to for this, in this, if before this I will go to the documentation for loops in Twig, and there is one loop.index. Loop.index means that the current iteration of the loop one indexed. If I have to start it with 0, so I can use dot index 0. So we can if for this, and we only need it for the first row, right? So if loop dot index equals 1, it means if this is the first one, then output this, and we will end if. So this one will only be output it for the first one, before the first one. That's it. Okay, now this shows all the files. So we have a fields dot dash feature dash news dot block dot html. So here it's a lot of code. Again, we don't need all the settings from the, and I will remove everything here we have. And the most important one is for field in field, so it is looping through all the fields.
Yes.
And we don't need it. If we need to break it down, so what we can do is we can use something like this. If I have to print individual field, it will be field dot content dot name of the field. So for example, field underscore media underscore image. Okay, but this needs to be inside the markup. And which markup? Time to go to the index.html again. So this is going to be the inner content. This I will copy this and move it to this fields dot here. Okay, so now the time is to replace these hard coded values into
Yes, sir.
this. So it is going to be, I will cut it. By the way, we should have the URL formatter as not the image now, but the URL of the image. So we should go to the view just to check if it is there. So this is the media image. The formatter should be, okay, we already have set it up. It should not be thumbnail, it should be the URL.
Yes.
Apply, save. Okay, so field.content.this, and the title should be, this is the article. So sorry, the tags. So content dot field underscore tags. Field underscore tags. How do I know the names of the fields. So one shortcut is you should go to your view and mouse hover over any of the titles. In the bottom of the screen you will see something like field dash, the name of machine name of the field, field dash this, field dash this. So that's how you know. So the third one is field underscore, this one is field underscore reading time. A quick question, in the design it is all caps, so what should I do here so that the this is in uppercase?
Type and uppercase.
Good. This is how it is done in just upper, sorry.
Uppercase.
Clear?
Yes.
What is this thing? Okay. And now the title, so it is field dot content dot, it is
Only
just
title.
title. Okay, title, that's it. So this is what we needed. And so in the fields, each time we don't need to loop through them. Now we are listing all the fields as per our markup.
Yes.
So in the views dash unformatted this, so in the first index, if loop dot index equals this, it will output this, and then end if, right?
Close the device.
And here also we need to close the div. So how can we do it? Should we use this again? I think.
No sir, only div close sir.
And if and
Div. Yes. Yes.
I hope we are not breaking any HTML. Okay, we will see it. Okay, so the next thing is, if it is the second iteration,
Yes, sir.
so it will be equal 2. So we'll go to the index.html again. In the second one, this markup is different, this one. So we will just copy this one and paste it there in the fields file, this one here in the unformatted list. Clear?
Yes.
So in the second iteration it is like this, and okay, in the third one it will be done a bit differently. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Because we will have
A wrapper.
a wrapper.
But sir, we can do it the third wrapper as well.
So I will just copy this one,
Yes.
and it will be 3, and we will go to the sample markup. So this is the third one. It starts from here, and even okay,
We have to copy the grade calls one.
yes, this one and this one also, right? Or no,
No,
this
sir, so
okay,
just
just
this
one.
one.
Okay, so go to this one, and the third one is this. Is this okay? And then the row content, and in the fourth we don't need this, but in the fourth we will need the closing div. So if this is equal to 3, and if and row closing, and if it is going to be this one,
No, sir, we don't need the closing divs.
no, because this has been started, so it should be closed before the last one.
Yes sir.
So the fourth one starts here, rather we don't need it. Hold on, let me just think about it. Okay, so the third one is it starts with this and it outputs this one, and the fourth one also does the same, but the fourth one should have one last closing div. So maybe after this 4, and if this is getting very interesting now. So and if, and here we will close the div, and this only will be after the 4. We can use the last index also
Yes.
if we change. So maybe if we go to documentation again and loop dot last,
Yes.
so it will always be, maybe if we change the order, so we don't need to change this value, so it is going to be loop dot last. Clear?
Yes.
Okay, let me refresh the page if everything is fine, if we have not broken any divs. Okay, so let us refresh it. I think there are some problems, and one of them seems to be the length of I think we were not good enough to have 12 column layout. We only have 5 column layout maximum maybe. So let us change the column. This is now 4 columns. So if you remember, we had set up in the paragraph types content, we set up the columns widths to 4 columns only. So let us add a 5 columns also, and its machine name should be called as span dash 5. Ideally it should be 12 column layouts, span dash 5, and save. So now we can change this content width to 5 columns, so it will span the whole width. And if we come this is 4 columns, so it should now be 5 columns, and let us save it. If I go to this, but we do have problems now. It is stretching the whole page, but I think some problem is there with the output of variables. So let us go first to this is the fields. Yes, so I think we have some mistakes, and I always make these mistakes. I'm sorry for this. It should be fields dot name of the field dot content is at the end, and field dot
Field underscore media underscore image.
field underscore media
Underscore image.
underscore image. And similarly this one should be field underscore tags dot content. Content is at the end.
Fields.
Yes, this is fields, and this one should be dot content at the end, and fields dot content. And this one also should be dot content at the end, and fields dot.
Dot title dot content.
And remember, we are doing it inside the views dash view dash fields dash the name of the view and the display. So if we refresh the page,
Yes.
so I think the theme debug is also coming in the way. So let us momentarily close the development settings so that we have some proper. If I refresh the page, at least this will become okay. So now we are able to see the background image, but we are only seeing the first row. So I think there is some problem with the loopings we have been doing, and that is inside the unformatted block one. Okay, so here let me quickly go to the markup. We have the sample markup, so that we should know what we are doing. So we already are outputting the wrapper, and then this is the grid, and this is the first item, and this is the second item. So the first item has this div,
Yes, sir. So
and the second one is this.
The first two is individual, and the third and fourth is wrap inside the wrapper.
Yes, so I think there is some problem with this logic. So we already have this one, this is fine. So in the if the loop index is 1, we are outputting this is fine, and the second one this is fine. And if the loop, I think this is where the problem lies. So if the loop index is 3,
Yes, sir.
we are starting the other wrapper, right?
Yes, sir. We need another wrapper here.
So it should be, if I go, we will repeatedly have to go to the sample so that we know what we are doing. So we already are doing this. Now we need this.
Yes, sir.
So this one should be for the third item,
Yes, sir.
and this one should be for the fourth item.
Yes, sir.
But we need to close this also,
Yes,
if
sir,
you
the
agree.
third one,
Yes.
sir.
So let us change, add this now. So if the loop index is equal to 3, we need to have this also, right?
Yes, sir.
And if
We need loop index 4 as well.
okay, so after this is done, we need to have a closing one. So either we should start it with the fourth one, or so I think we should copy this again. If the loop index is equal to 3,
We need another one, so fourth one.
4, or maybe the last one also works.
Yes, sir.
This one.
Yes, sir.
So here loop dot index, we need this one, right?
Yes, sir.
Control C. If loop dot, I think here also we need it, and if loop dot content, and we need to have, let me copy this, not the grid one but this one, at least this one, copy. So here, I think here,
Yes, sir. Before
if it is equal to 4, or maybe
the last
we
one.
don't need this one. Okay, so it is 4, we are starting it,
Yes, sir.
but this one needs to be closed. So I
Yes,
think
sir.
this here we need to have a closing div,
Closing div. Yes, sir.
and then
Content.
it will, if a loop not lost, and if is, I think it is fine, looks fine. Let me just clear cache. Maybe some problem. Okay, so we have, I think I have figured it out. It should be there. Let us move it back to the place it was, and because I will show you what I am doing, but after the indef, if we don't need to close the row div after, if it is not equal to 3. So we need to have another if condition. If loop dot index is not equal to 3, so we don't need to have this,
Yes, sir.
the closing of the div, because it was unneededly being closed. So it's and if hopefully it will set the things up, because for the first two iterations we need to close it because this is starting, but for this one we don't need to have it closed for the third one,
Yes, sir.
but for the fourth one we do need to have it. So if I just div dash cr now, and hurrah, we are almost there. Now this is only because we created some content because of the with the devil generate, and it has added some extra stuff. So let us change some of these. If I click on it, edit, and it should be article, The title is a lot, so we will have just this. I think this is fine. What else we have? This one is title and showbiz. I think this one needs to be changed. So yes, it has showbiz also educational. We all only need it to be a blog, for example. And even the reading time is a lot, so it should be minimum 6 minutes. That's it. Come to, so at least some changes are there.
Yes.
One thing, the now is the turn for this,
Attachment, yes.
the second attachment to be styled. And if you remember, again there is some dummy content coming, so let us first hide this. And where is it coming from? Any guesses? The same file but with attachment 1. So we'll remove it, and also we'll remove this, and that's it. We did dash cr, and if I check it now, so that border has gone. Now we need to show it just like NASA here, and thanks again to Wasim, he already has some markup for us, so let us quickly do it. And I think the logic here won't be very tough, because all this rows, this is first row,
Yes.
this second, third, fourth, we just need to have some columns,
Yes.
and it will show up like this. So let's start. I will go to the sample file again, and the bottom is here, this is that file. So what we need is, this is the wrapper and then the flex items. That's it. This is one row, this is the second one, this is the third one, and so on. So I think this is very simple. What we need is just a wrapper, this wrapper,
Yes, sir.
and where it will go to the unformatted file of this particular so this is the file for attachment, and I think we don't need anything else. I will remove it. This thing is not needed. Also, maybe this div is not needed for now, and this one also. This title is also not needed. Okay, so the wrapper should be this, and the closing div. And now this one is where we will go to the fields file of this, and it should be exactly something like this. Sorry, the fields, this one. So why not we just copy this one quickly and paste it, and we will change it to attachment 1. Paste, and it will become rename. It will be attachment 1, because the display name is attachment-1.html.twig. Clear?
Yes.
Attachment-html1, sorry, attachment-1.html.twig. Okay, here we need to change the output of this to what? Let me quickly copy the sample markup from the sample file, this one. So this is the first one. Control C. We'll come down, we'll just change variables. I will paste it here. Okay, so this one becomes this. Actually the variables are not changing. Okay, so the source will be this, then the tags will be This one is tags. So where is the tags one? This one. This one is the minimum reading time. And this one is going to be the title, I think.
Yes.
Title goes here. Clear?
Yes.
Do we need this one now?
No.
No. So we'll delete it and save. You should be good enough to clear all this formatting, okay? But right now we will just clear. Okay, press here. Okay, so there is some problem with the images actually. I think we need to
Thumbnail
change
URL, yes, sir.
exactly. So this is a good thing. So that featured news. So we change it for the main block, and
Yes,
now we
sir.
need to change it for the media
Yes,
image
sir.
here as well. And it should be, the formatter should be thumbnail URL and not
Yes, sir.
the thumbnail.
Yes, sir.
Save. Back to site, and if we go to the particular node, so things have changed,
Yes.
and you can see it's all now dynamic, but there still needs some, there is problem. I think this one is being output from somewhere. We need to fix it. Also, I think this is
It's a
affecting,
label, yes, sir.
it's a label probably,
Yes, sir.
or something like that, which is causing the problem. So let us also fix these problems so that we can have just a design like this. So where is this coming from? Custom theme. Let me quickly search it, because we added it to a lot of such
Yes, sir. We haven't yet changed the file, sir.
where it was. We have
The unformatted ones.
maybe fields dot attachment 1. Okay, maybe somewhere in the fields. So field, let me just check it. It's in the main view, I think, after the element container. This is where it is coming. Let us quickly. And why is this?
So this is because of the width. We have to give it the width full or something.
This is a label.
Then make sure
This
it's,
label is
take
taken
seven,
from that.
take seven.
This is coming from output of view is now coming from our custom theme. I think we should quickly search this again. Okay, we are in the find in folder, custom themes, custom. Some file needs to be saved.
Yes, sir.
So save all. Where is the option? Save all. Somewhere it needs to be saved. I think it will be gone after I clear the cache. Gone.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now this is, I think, interfering with some of the, let us check it, because it's not taking full width. So this is views title. Yes, we should hide it. If I delete it, so
So I think this is due to the max width is equal to 7 XL. The main wrapper.
this one, it is this one 7XL,
This is we have
and this is view element
remove
container.
this.
This wrapper.
Sir, add another class of width full to the 7 XL. Sir.
W dash,
Full.
and it should be
And remove this the max width.
good. So we need to hide the what?
The label one also.
The max width.
The title
7
also,
XL.
sir.
The
And
title,
the view.
the view. So it should be edit view. Maybe from here we need to hide the title for now. Remove the title if it is not there.
This is
So title is gone, and now we need to have
Yes, sir.
W full, and
unformatted.
so it is inside the
Block one. Yes.
block 1, and here
Not in this one.
unformatted. Yes. This is views dash feature. This is, I think,
Yes.
should become
W dash full.
W dash full. Okay, so almost we have themed it. One more thing, what are we still missing from the design? If you remember, we are missing
First item.
the featured news and recently published, right? So we need to add these two also. So where we have got to add it? If you go to the featured main view for featured, this one here. So this is the title and this is the header, these two things. And if you copy the sample markup from Wasim, so it should be this code. Am I right?
Yes.
This code.
Yes.
So we'll copy this and move it to where the main view, this one. So here I will paste it for now. Okay, the same marker. So this is the title. If a view has a title or something like this, so we'll add the view again. Okay, so this is title. We'll move it to featured news. Clear?
Yes.
And I will remove this for now. And if there is a header, Control X, this link will be added to the header. Okay, this will be added to the header, this link, or maybe we can hard code it for now. But if we just cut it, okay, this will be output from the view. So if I go to the view now, where is that lovely view? We have views, featured news, and should be added to the main block. Add header. Okay, here you can unfiltered, so that unfiltered text, so that the classes are not missed, right?
Yes.
So ahref this and recently published. This is some link. It can be any link. For now it is dynamic. For now it is just a dummy link, so you can make it into any of the links and apply and save. If you come to the site now, click on this, so select view, recently published is there. We have no title,
Yes, sir. I think is removed.
so let us add the title again
Yes.
to the view. This is the title and it will become featured.
Yes.
Maybe we are now seeing two titles. Featured news is there. Why is it still not working the way it is? So let us investigate it. Okay, this is now coming from view reference title. Where is this? This is the header and we are not having the title, the view title there. Okay, the problem is in this code. View this one, h2 class is equal to title. Okay, we need it to clear cache actually. So it's kind of now working.
Yes.
Title is there, but in fact this title is not coming from the variable we are. This is empty here. We should hide this. How can we hide this? In the, this is coming from the views reference field. The view is coming from the views reference field, if you remember. Okay, so maybe if we can edit title, if I go to the paragraph
Titles.
views,
Contents.
manage display, and this is the hidden, and maybe there is some setting for plugin to allow. Do you have this attachment and update? Okay, feature news, at least it is doing something, but still we are not getting the view title from the view template, right?
So dump it so we can.
Yes, let me do it. Dump title. I think we should first enable development. This is null here. Title is null. Why is it so? I think we need to. Let me add this paragraph view. Maybe there was a setting we didn't choose it. So if I remove this view, this paragraph, and now I will add it again as a view. The view is featured news, displays main block, and save. Maybe if we have the field settings, structure, paragraph types, views, manage fields, edit, something like display title or what. Manage display, block attachment. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we need to just debug it further. We will do it in the next class in case, because it already is a lot of work we did today. So let us recap. Now just one more entry we need to add a news. So as I said earlier also, we didn't need to have this design, and we will close the debugging again because it is coming in the way of the design we have, this one. Okay, so if I now want a new news here, what I will do? The first one, what I will do,
Add a new news.
Irfan? If I need a new news here, what I will do?
Sir, create. Sir,
Yes, because this is not through paragraphs now, so it's all dynamic. Now I will just go to add content and news, because you are building the site for this is now a new news, and this is going to be, sorry, this is the title, text, and this is blog, and we will choose a media, maybe this image, and reading time is 4-minute read. So if I save it and come to the page again, this one,
The first one.
so the first one will be this image, the second one has shifted to this, third and fourth are these, and this one is also automatically. So the first 4 will always be the first row, the second 4 will be the second row, and it's a system you have developed and styled. So see you next time. If there are some bugs, you will fix it, and we will continue learning new things.
Sure.
Thank you so much.